Yes guys, well done, congratulations, all our prayers have been answered. We've been begging Sony, asking, nagging them for years for a flip out screen, and they have finally delivered. Sony has come out with a brand new camera with a totally flip out screen called the ZV-1, a beautiful vlogging YouTuber's camera with features like none other. So it's time to rejoice, flip out, and have a look at the new camera. Let's go. So Sony yesterday has released a brand new camera. It's the ZV-1. It's a camera focused towards vloggers and really towards YouTube, like the way we use these cameras. People have been asking Sony for years for a flip out screen, but Sony's been like saying, no, it's not really important. You don't need it. We can't make it. But they have finally realized that this is a market that they need to serve. A bit late because everyone else is doing flip out screens, but they have finally gone and done it. If they could, they would have said it's for YouTube, but they are marketing this as a vlogging camera, and everyone knows vlogging is YouTube mostly. So if you watch YouTube, you must have seen yesterday your timeline filled with this camera. Every big YouTuber got a camera from Sony. Us small ones, we're nothing to them. But I thought I'll have a look at it. I'll give you my opinion on it. Is this the next big thing on YouTube, the next big camera? Could this be the king of YouTube cameras? So let's have a look. The 5 things I picked out which you should know about this camera, and also 2 small things which are nagging, which are a bit of a worry about this camera, which I'll discuss at the end, so stay tuned. So let's have a look at 5 things which are really good about this camera. First of all, this is a generalist, all-rounder camera, really good for photography and videography, filming. For photos, this is a 20.1 megapixel camera, really good for details, product shots, everything. And for video, this is a full 4K 24, 25, 30p camera. It can also do slow-mo in 1080p 50, 60, 100, 120 for continuous slow-mo. Or if you wanted some really crazy slow-mo shots, really high-speed shots, this can do 1080p at 240 or 250 frames a second. The lens is a 24 to 70 mm f1.8 to f2.8 aperture lens. It's also got built-in stabilization. You can either go with the standard or optical or electronic one. Also has built-in ND filters as well. Good for all sorts of YouTube stuff you do, like filming ourselves, products, anything. It's an all-rounded camera. With audio, what they've done is they've made a built-in mic on top of the camera, where they've also provided a dead cat windshield as well, so you can plug it in. It's a 3 capsule camera, so it can capture sound generally all around the camera, but it's got some sort of algorithms where it can detect where you are, where you're speaking to the camera, and it does noise cancelling around the camera, so you won't hear a lot of noise from behind the sides. Plus it's got a mic input as well, so you can plug in any of your Rode Video Mic Pro, Video Mic Go, any of those camera mounted mics. No headphone socket, so you'll have to just go with what the meters are showing. But because you have the nice thing I'm going to discuss in a bit, you can see where your levels are. So the third thing Sony's done, which I really loved on this, is something called a product showcase mode. What this does is that generally when you have a YouTube camera, and any Sony or Canon or anything, when you are, especially beauty vloggers or YouTubers, when they are showing something, like I'm going to demo right now, I've got this poor little thing, the Stadia controller. If you raise it in front of the camera and then you remove it, you can see the focusing is a bit slow, or it just doesn't want to focus. Now see how long it took, then my face, and then I go back, it thinks, and then it does it. But when you go for this product showcase mode, it is blazing fast. It is lightning fast. It just like blink of an eye, it goes and switches focus. So if you have a product up, it goes to that. You go down, it picks up your face, doesn't confuse each other. So really good for those product like talking points where you're showing something. Especially like every time I think of this, I think of the beauty vloggers and makeup vloggers. In terms of focus, generally it also has auto face detect and also eye face detect, and also animal eye detect as well. So it does a lot of nice focusing features. Another one which is really, no, it's not controversial, but some people love it, some don't. It's a bokeh mode. It has a hardware button instead of knowing how to do bokeh, which generally means your background going all blurry. Like if I'm here, you can see the background's a bit blurry, but this is like a super bokeh mode. They have put a physical big button on top of the camera where you press the button and your background just blurs out. This generally works when you're in the wider 24mm mode or frame, and it will blur it out. You can talk, so if you're talking, you're addressing your viewers, you press that button, blurs out everything, so everything, the focus is on you. Press it again, everything becomes sharp again at the back. Really handy especially for people who don't know how to maybe achieve it with a normal lens, or they don't want to keep changing lenses or put a prime lens, which can really normally in a professional environment get you that sort of bokeh. Last but not least, this camera has a flip out screen. So Sony usually have flip up screens, which you might have seen, which flip upwards. Generally, a big consensus is flip out screen is easier for you. Canon's been doing it for like the last billion years, and everyone else does it, but Sony was like the last holdout. They were like, Finally, man, like after asking for years and years of begging, nagging, going after Sony, like, please do it, they have finally listened. This is the first Sony camera with a nice flip out screen. Good for the readouts, good for seeing your framing, good for getting your audio meters on it, everything. It's not a touch screen, but it still works. This is a very good start from Sony. Another nice thing about this flip out screen is it's also the power button for this camera. So if you open the flip out screen, it powers on. You shut the screen, it powers off. This is a fully tilting proper flip out screen, so you can use it for yourself, for front, or for framing low angled shots, anything you can think of, just like Canon has had it for ages. So this does all of that. So yeah, thank the Lord, all your prayers have answered. Sony's done it, guys. Yeah. So this is also promising for the future. Maybe some of the big cameras might get it, like the mythical A7S III, when it comes, whenever, might have it. That would be so sweet. Generally, really awesome camera, but two big things which I think are gonna affect a few people. First of all, the wide angle shots are 24mm, which are not actually wide enough. Every YouTuber who got the camera, I saw their shots, it was a bit too much in your face kind of shot. It was really narrow-ish. It wasn't showing the general wider shot. It was like a lot of them with that. Some of them were transparent, some weren't. They were actually using either Sony's free grip they gave, the Bluetooth grip, or they were just simply using selfie sticks, professional ones or something, to put some distance between themselves and the camera. For me, that's not really great, but generally at the price point and the way other things are, I don't mind. It works. Yeah, but I would have loved a 16mm lens on it. A 16 to 35 or 16 to 70 would be like, so good. Please, Sony, next one, ZV-2, please do that. Thank you. And can I please get a review unit, please? Okay, the second one, which is gonna be a nuisance. It's got a tiny battery. Like, come on, man. Like 1200 milliamp hours, 1240 or something. So small. If you're shooting 4K or slow-mo or something, it's gonna last you an hour and a half max. So you don't think of this like a whole day battery thing. You either will have to buy like a dozen of these if you're a heavy vlogger or YouTuber, or you'll have to get a USB power bank, an external one, which can, even with a dead battery, it can power on the camera. So you've got something to run the camera until you can get another battery. So I wish the battery was a bit bigger, but they have gone for a smaller chassis, so the battery size had to be sacrificed. So it's a tiny battery. Just keep that in mind if you're going on a safari or vlogging all day. If you're the next big Casey Neistat, I miss you, Casey, then you will need extra batteries, or you will need some sort of a camera grip with a battery charger or something. So yeah, guys, keep that in mind. Cool, the camera is out now. It is going to cost you £700 in the UK or $799 in the US and Canada. Not a bad price, but it's not a cheap camera. I think the results this gives you and the independence, the stuff this has, the amount of features, I think it's a product worth spending money on. This is going to be selling like hotcakes. I think this probably could be the next king camera of YouTube. This could be the next hot seller. Every other YouTuber is gonna get it if they haven't received a free one already. What do you guys think about this camera? Are you guys gonna go for it? Thing is, there are other cameras as well Sony makes, like the RX100 Mark 7. That thing is similar. This is actually a derivative of that camera, but that thing is £1,200 or $1,200. So this, I think, is a very tempting camera. If you're in the Canon ecosystem, then of course you've got those DSLRs as well. But then look at the size and weight of this thing. So light, so beautiful, really powerful. I think this is going to be the next big thing, guys. Like, I'm pretty excited about this. If you're starting a new channel, or if you've got an existing channel, you want to upgrade your quality of production and stuff, this is a good camera. And I believe that once you upgrade your camera game, you go for a big Sony or Canon Pro camera, this will still serve you as a B camera. So yeah, don't discount this camera. It's gonna pay itself off, definitely. Alright guys, that's it for today. Lovely camera, and it is lovely again to see you. So let me know what you think of this camera. Let's discuss this. Let's have a look at it. Let's see if there's any other contenders, challenges out there. If you liked the video, again, like it. If you didn't like it, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit the bell button so you know when the next video is out. So stay safe, stay indoors, watch my videos, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.